At it again, and let me tell y'all something, man. I am disappointed. I am so disappointed. Before we hop into what is actually disappointing me, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button down below and join the family. And hit that bell button next to it so you're notified when all of these videos drop. All right? And make sure you guys are following me on social media. Those links are down below in the description box. Instagram, Twitter, Truth Social, Discord server, all of that good stuff is down below. And with that being said, let's dive in. Goodness gracious.
Now what, Mitch? That is the focus of tonight's angle. Now it's time to celebrate Mitch McConnell for securing a 9th term as Senate GOP leader.
I hope you're ready for your big birthday surprise, because here it comes!
Well, maybe not. Newt Gingrich, appearing with us last night, laid into the senior senator from Kentucky for failing to rally the GOP troops before Election Day.
I think Mitch McConnell, more than any single person, cost us control of the Senate. Fact is, Mitch McConnell runs a Mitch McConnell PAC and then raises the money as though he's going to fight for control of the Senate. He's fighting for Mitch McConnell, not for the Republican Party.
Well, of course, Gingrich is correct, and his assessment was confirmed when McConnell shared his theory about why Republicans suffered some disappointing losses in the midterms.
We underperformed among independents and moderates because their impression of many of the people in our party in leadership roles is that they're involved in chaos, negativity, excessive attacks, and it frightened independent and moderate Republican voters.
I'm sorry, just listening to him talk is just like, you know, oh man, I can't tell you how disappointed I am with this decision. Now, I'm happy that obviously Trump is back. I mean, he never left, but you know what I mean. He's running again, and you know he seems to be calm and calculated. And I replied to one of your comments yesterday in the video, and I said this. I said, a calm and calculated Trump is a formidable opponent. That guy is almost unbeatable. Is almost unbeatable. Now, anything could happen. That's why I say almost unbeatable. But a calm and calculated Trump, which that's what it seems like he is. And honestly, him running again gives me a whole lot of hope, because once again, and we'll get back into the video, but I want to finish this point. Once again, he knows the game that's being played. He knows the game. And I've seen a lot of people say, oh yeah, funny business, blah, blah, blah. He knows the ins and outs of everything. Things that we will never know. And if he truly believed that there was funny business going on, that there was no way that he could possibly win, he wouldn't have run. He wouldn't have announced this. He just would have rode off into the sunset. He doesn't have to do this. He's got the money. He's got the fame. He's got the connections. I'm sure if he disappeared, all of the attacks would immediately cease. If he just said, you know what, I'm bowing out, of politics. I'm just about to go live on this private island. He could disappear, and all of this animosity towards him would immediately vanish. But he said, no, I know that I have a shot to win, which honestly, I think, like I said, says a lot. Sorry about that being so long-winded, but I just wanted to make that point.
Now, someone please explain to me how exactly McConnell's assessment is different from what Pelosi or Schumer would say about the GOP.
Non-MAGA Republicans will join with us and work in a bipartisan way to get the kinds of things we got done in the last 2 years. If they continue to embrace MAGA, they're going to lose. And this election showed that that is not where the American people are at. They're not at this extreme, election-denying, nasty, divisive, threatening violence.
And Trump didn't mention anything about the election, so that was great.
Well, it must be pretty cool, right, for Schumer and all the liberals to see the GOP's party leadership use Democrat talking points to lambaste conservatives. Of course, the focus of McConnell's ire is not the Bush-Cheney-Romney wing of the party that's been losing since 2004. The focus of McConnell's ire is the populist movement that rejects that. But let's face it, Chuck does owe Mitch a heck of a lot. 18 Republicans led by McConnell made it possible for the Democrats to claim a bipartisan victory for that idiotic infrastructure bill. And as the angle predicted, it was the glide path for Biden's climate change spendorama. Now, let's not forget the 15 Republican senators who helped Democrats pass a gun control bill this past summer.
And look who's on it. There and there.
Now, how is it that Democrats rarely break ranks on big bills, but Republicans, they always seem to? But I gotta say, that was yesterday. I don't want to dwell in the past. Now Republicans want results, and they also want inspiring leadership, a blueprint for the future that is clearly articulated and reflective of the views of a majority of Republican voters. And we're also looking for fighters who fight as hard as the left, always united against the opposition's agenda. Now, we're going to be holding everyone accountable for how the Republicans face these four major challenges. First, immigration amnesty. Now, nearly 5 million people have entered the country illegally since Biden was sworn in. And that's not even including the countless gotaways that they weren't even able to apprehend.
Yeah.
But the Democrats are just getting started. And now that the election is over, it is not surprising in the slightest that they're trying to fast-track immigration amnesty now with a novel theory.
We have a
Oh yeah. I saw this yesterday. Check this out. He literally said exactly what I knew he was going to say. But listen.
Novel theory.
We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
However many. Yeah, this is typical, by the way. As Americans are suffering and our kids are still dealing with the brain drain from COVID lockdowns, Democrats are most worried about helping those who game the system to get here. Now, amnesty is not going to do anything except act as a magnet to attract more migrants, if that's even possible. And yes, it is possible. And by the way, as he alluded to when he said, however many million are here, it's not 11 million. It's more like 25, 30 million.
We should all of us share the same goal, and that is to take 11 million people out of the shadows, secure our borders, and make sure that this is a nation of opportunity and freedom.
I understand comprehensive immigration reform has to be tough, but it also has to be practical. Illegal immigrants, you will get a legal status.
Of course it was Lindsay.
Now, that was from the prior battles on immigration. And you hear it was 11 million back in 2009. Well, these were cynical efforts, and they divided the party, and they enraged the party's base, and ultimately they went down in flames, 2007, 2009, 2013. The voters now need to make it clear how they feel about this. If we even get a hint, and I'm talking about a hint, that McConnell plans to work with Schumer to ram some type of amnesty through. Which brings us to the next GOP big battle, abortion. If Schumer and the Democrats are really concerned about a dwindling population, should they be promoting more children? Yeah, but instead, they just want to codify Roe. Now, remember, to the left, being pregnant as a woman, well, that's more of a disease than a blessing.
You know, listen, women are getting pregnant every day in America, and this is a real issue, and we need to act with a sense of haste about what is at play, what is at stake.
Now, if Republicans squander the legal victory over the abomination of Roe, then shame on them. This would demoralize the base terribly in the United States. So I ask, where's Mitch on this? Even Biden doesn't think the left can pull it off.
I don't think there's enough votes to codify unless something happens unusual in the House. I think we're going to get very close in the House, but I think it's going to be very close, but I don't think we're going to make it.
Then there's the Republicans' misguided attempt to throw a lifeline to Joe Manchin. Now, in a state that voted nearly 69% for Trump in 2020, Senator Manchin stabbed his own constituents in the back by supporting that climate bill. What's just as bad, though, is to get Manchin to support the bill, Democrats promised to speed up approvals for certain energy permits. Of course, it was a total bait and switch. We predicted it at the time, and Democrats broke their promise. Now some Republicans are proposing to rescue Manchin. Some of them apparently show an appetite for a matching deal, reports The Hill. Now, you can't make this up. Manchin already has a primary challenger in 2024, so all Republican efforts should move towards supporting that effort, not propping up Manchin. The odds are, though, McConnell will do the wrong thing here. Now, those are just a handful of the battles Republicans will have to face under Mitch McConnell's leadership. After losing the Senate and failing to win the House by a huge margin, Republican voters, they need assurances that the men leading the party are actually on their side.
And we don't have that assurance.
Now listen, Mitch McConnell is 80 years old. He has an opportunity over the next 2 years to cement his place in history as one of the strongest and most effective leaders the party has ever had.
He won't do it.
Now, he's already done a really good job on judges. Remember, Roe versus Wade was possible because of the judges that McConnell made sure were confirmed in the Senate.
True.
And he passed a bunch of legislation in the Trump era as well. Now, if he doesn't cement his position in history, alternatively, he can shun the populist movement and spend the next few years helping Biden, helping Schumer, helping Joe Manchin implement their agenda. And that will be done under the misguided presumption that this will help the party in 2024. This is what Republicans want. As long as it's called bipartisan, it has to be good.
My message to the administration, let's find some things between the 40-yard lines that we can agree on and do them.
My message to Senate Republicans is this: work with us.
Let me tell you, if this is McConnell's main focus, he should expect to be there on election night in 2024 watching Biden and Schumer celebrate another win. Now, even though we don't agree with Mitch McConnell on some key issues, we certainly realize at the angle that he has the support among most of the Republicans in the Senate. And we want to work with him and his team to advance a positive agenda that will make America better for working class Americans. Now, that is going to be the populist conservative agenda. It always has been. And we're going to be watching very closely to see what the Senate Republicans do next. And that's the angle.
Wow. So, yeah, highly disappointed. And I think a lot of people agree. You know, I'm reading through this comment section here of the video we just checked out. And I mean, everyone, keeping management status quo just goes to show you that we, the people, have been betrayed again. Disgusting. I blame the public for not opening their eyes. So many games are being played by politicians, and who suffers? The average voter. Mitch is one of the greatest Democrats to ever serve in the Senate. Oh, man. Keep making the same mistake, then expect a different outcome. Obviously, that was said sarcastically. This was stupid to put Mitch back in this position. Mitch couldn't rally a community of hungry cats with tuna. Ain't that the truth, though? Mitch couldn't rally a bunch of hungry cats with a can of tuna. He just can't. He just can't. I don't know, man. I hope that, you know, he buys a toilet and a ruler and gets his shit straight, okay? Because this isn't the time for the shenanigans. I think what Trump did, he set the stage for more unity. And I think if he continues that message of unity and, you know, the calm and calculated messaging, I don't think Mitch would have a choice but to rally behind, somebody like Trump. If Trump continues that message, which I think that he will, because I know that he knows that he can't be the fiery, over the top, you know what I mean? Like, he could still be him, which, I mean, obviously he's still him. And rightfully so, he's angry, the world's been coming after him. But the more that he's that person, he gives the left exactly what they want. He gives the left ammo to just continue just piling on top of him. And they basically own everything. So the less ammo you give them, you notice Chuck Schumer didn't mention anything about Trump. Nancy Pelosi didn't come out and say anything crazy about Trump. Even the View didn't say anything crazy about his speech. They said that he lacked energy because he didn't give anybody any ammo, which is exactly what he needed to do. He got his message across in the Trump way without giving the left any ammo. And when he comes out and does that in every single speech, I think that's a setup for the Republican Party to be unified. And whoever doesn't stand unified will be banished by the Republican voters. I think we have a wonderful shot. No matter what it looks like around us currently, I think we have a wonderful shot at winning in 24 for the reason I stated earlier in the video. So, but as always, y'all let me know in the comment section what you thought about this one. How do you feel about it? I mean, are you disappointed? Are you just like whatever at this point? Let me know. All right. Peace and love. I'm out.